Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, and I'm back for another crafty video. So, just to warn you that my voice is going, so it's getting deeper and more husky. Which sounds great, but actually it's very painful as well. So, need to work on this. So, we've been working on the Curiosity Folio. So, I thought we'd do some more on this. So, I was thinking, I know like I could be going a bit bonkers, but I just feel like I want more and more things in here. The more I do, the more I want. So I was thinking about this, and I thought maybe this could either go on the back of here or maybe on the inside cover of this, and I wasn't sure. Quite like it on the back of it, because then I think you can see something. So I think we're going to put that on there. But I was thinking like I just wanted a little tatty pad, if you know what I mean, like just a scrappy pad. So I thought we'd do that, and we'd have like this as the cover of it. We want a quite long, thin one, you know, like a shopper pad. And I thought I could just use some bits of old, you know, paper that I've got and stuff. I've got this thing, Amazon packaging concertina stuff, that every time they send me something with this, it's all scrunched up, and I flatten it all out and I put it back into a concertina. So I thought I could use this, and like I thought that's what we would do today. So I've got a really good idea that I'm currently working on. I'm just prototyping it together for a closure for it, and I think you're going to love it. Well, hopefully you're going to love it, because I shall cry if you don't. Well, I might not cry, might not actually cry, but I might. Well, we might fall out if you don't like it. So I'm just grabbing some paper together, he says. This is just some paper I've just kind of grabbed together. It's just coffee dyed paper that I've got already to hand. So I think I want it to be a long, narrow thing, as I usually do want it to be. But like I'm thinking kind of maybe like that, so that it's where this was sitting basically. I want it to kind of sit in there, just be like one of those shopper pads. So I might just use this as a size template. So if I have it on here, I'm going to have to join it. Okay, so let's just cut this down so that it's square first. But yes, the closure I'm working on is going to be a bit different. Like so different, like I don't think I've seen it anywhere. So I hope it comes to fruition, because I've made a prototype and I'm very excited. I just need to see if it works. It's kind of a mechanical thing, so just need to make sure that it works in the place that I want it to. So let's just trim those down, because they're not a straight edge. Okay, so do I want it to be this wide? Yeah, go for it, Dave. So if I just cut my paper down this wide, whatever wide that is, whatever measurement that is, sorry. Oh, it's about, we'll go for 4.5, because that's actually a measurement rather than a guess. So should we leave it on there and do, that's 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Is that about right? Yeah, that's about right. So we'll go 4.5. Now I know I've got it doubled up, but I want 2 pieces of it, because I need to join them. Try not to move your paper, Dave. Your ruler, I mean. Try, but fail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this so that it's. Oh, look at that gorgeousness on the front. I think, yeah, that's going on the front. So that's going to sit maybe a bit longer. Get me thing back for reference. So we'll go for maybe like that. So there's no measurements going on here. I'm just making as I will, as is the way. So I'm going to get my scoreboard and then get a bit of a gusset going on this. So that's at, oh, it's nearly at 2, so let's go at 2. Put that in at 2, and then we want, it's going to be the front. Oh, should have been the other way around, but never mind. 2. And then we want maybe 2/8 width. I don't want it to be very thick. Like that. So it's going to be like that. That's going to be the front of it. And I'm going to have this on the back, I think. Well, it needs to be thicker than that though. And that's not wide enough. So, need to have something else it sticks to. Maybe some black card. Not long enough. Not long enough. So not black card, we won't use that then. So I think I'm going to use this file as the piece to strengthen this piece. I don't need it this length, I need it this length. So whatever length that is. That's in centimetres. No, most of your viewers don't understand those, so let's not do those. Oh, that's why it didn't fit on a 12 by 12, because it's 12 and a quarter. Is this long enough? It is. Excellent. So we're going to cut this down, I think. Or should we use the holy thing? Obviously the holy thing would make it more interesting, but actually the holy thing is going to be on the back, so you're not going to see it. So let's use this piece. I just want to trim this down so that it doesn't have this shaped edge to it. Put on there. Is that kind of in the right place, Dave? Yep. And then we'll cut that bit off there. Like that. Right, get rid of that. That's a piece of, not keeping that, Dave. Don't keep it. You're not allowed to keep it. So we want it to be, we want both of these pieces to be 4 by, is it 4? Blimey, the memory of a goldfish. 4.5. 4.5 by 12 and a quarter. So we want it to be. That's a half already. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll need to cut it here. Oh, throat is very sore. Very painful. So that's the right width. Well, there or thereabouts, a little bit off, but I am hand cutting, so we can glue them together and then cut them down to the size that we need. So I will have it so that we have the interestingness on the outside. I just needed the board to be a bit thicker. I'm not even sure that that's going to be thick enough, but we'll put some glue between it and we'll see. It might just do the trick. Duh, duh, duh. Yeah, no duh-duh-duhing, Dave. Actually, you know what I think I'm going to use? I'm going to use some Kalal, because I've got loads of this and I've not been using as much of late. Oh, it's coming out quickly. Now I've cleaned my mat, of course I'm going to use Kalal and get it all over my mat. It just gives a bit more rigidity, I think, as well. It dries kind of, I don't know, can't explain, like another layer. I'm just going to squits a bit out. Squits, that's a technical term. Spritz? No, don't spritz it. I could do with something to have this on, otherwise it's all going to go very wrong and everywhere. Stick it on here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread this out like wallpaper paste. Put it onto the edges, up to the ends. Spready, spready, spready smooshness. It's very strong. Right, get off there and onto there. Spready, spready, spready smooshness. If anybody remembers the goodies. Goody, 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 yum, yum. No, maybe not. If you're not from the UK, you're probably not going to remember that. It was a... I don't know what it was, really. It was a comedy thing, but it wasn't, definitely wasn't for kids, I don't believe. Anyway, I watched it as a child, so... It's gonna be all over my fingers now. Yeah, all over my fingers. Cool, so that's gonna go out of the way for a minute. It's just there to stop my board getting as bad as it could have done. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to, when this is properly dry, cut it down. I think, oh, actually, might cut it now. We want it to be a little less than 12 1/4. Is that? Where are we? That's. I can't do 12 1/4 because I can't see the quarter. Was that about 12? Oh, I have to do it on a trimmer. I can't see, I don't have a quarter line on that. Oh, just thought. I don't have a quarter line on here either because this doesn't go up to 12 1/4. Right, Dave, measure it, put a line, do it that way. We'll do the old-fashioned way. No getting smart here. Right. No, I could do with a propelling pencil with some lead in it. There we go, we've got some lead in that. Good. 12 1/4. A quarter line. 12 1/4. Do it with this, it's easier. Down. Right, that bit can go because that's just a bit of scrappiness. And then what we want to do is we just want to cut the very edge off this. Oh, let's get all of the rulers out, Dave. Why don't you? Again, I can't cut this on the trimmer because it doesn't go to. It only fits a 12 by 12 paper. So I'm just going to do. That's just to get rid of the overlap. And again there, a bit of an overlap there. Cool, so that's going to be our back. It's going to go on there. So I just wanted it to be a bit more rigid. Yeah, so I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, and then that's going to flip up and the stuff's going to be in there. Yeah. So, am I happy with that like that? I think I might want a window in there. I think I want a window. Sorry, folks. Gonna have to like change my mind again. So I think I might want a window in here. And what's the best way to do this, Dave? I could do with something. Oh, that might be the right shape. let's use this as my shape. I'm going to have it off center. Are we going to have it off center? Yes, we're going to have it off center. Oh, yeah, no, we're going to go off center. Sorry, the cough is starting to kick in now. Yeah, we're going to go like that. And we are, first of all, I need to draw around it, Dave, so get your pencil. And this is just, I was inspired by these, that's what I was thinking. And I just thought, what I've got that's that shape just instantly came to me. These pads, perfect. These ink pads. So, just think it adds to that kind of utilitarian feel if you've got like a shape. It might not go exactly that shape, but let's just, first of all, I want to cut the inner bit out freehand. I know you're all thinking, oh, what are you doing, Dave? Cutting it freehand? No. But all I want to do is cut that middle bit out. Because I'm thinking if I use this, and get this in here, actually do it that way. If I use could I round those corners? I could, but it needs to be closer to that edge. Because you know me, I don't do anything normal. Normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk, but no flowers grow. So that's one of my footers at work. So, because I like to have a quote on the bottom of my footer, like an inspirational quote. So I'm thinking if I just catch that bit there, that's right up to that paper mark. This is going to look like I'm doing a squared Mickey Mouse at this rate, but I'm just going to do this corner as well. So this is only similar to the way that I do a slot pocket. Right, we want that right up to that rounded bit, but not over the edge of the pencil, which is not easy to do on camera. Did I achieve it? I did. I'm going to do this again. Can't get my fingers in there. My hand span, it's not big enough to reach round, so I'm going to have to get in. I'll try not to rip it though. Again, find where the pencil line is. Not easy to see the pencil line on this side. Where is the pencil line? No, I'm going to have to draw a better pencil line than that. There. Oh, is it a different shape? Oh, it is. It's not quite square, this thing. I would never have known that unless you'd drawn around it. So, so you get rid of the lead on your pencil. Cool, that's going to be easier to see, much better. So the pencil line was too light before, so sorry, it's very precision. So what I'm doing, let me just get this into place and hold it with the force of my fingers. No, can't do it. So what I'm doing is I'm lining this curve up with this curve and then clipping it out. And then what I'll do is I'll just join those holes together with a straight line. Yeah, so I've come right up to the edge of where the pencil line is, and then what I'll do is I'll use these holes joined up together. So I'll just put my right on this line here. I will butt that up to that edge, butt that up to that edge, and then just cut that in between, and I will get that shape. Might not be perfectly that shape, but it will be a square with rounded corners, and this is the way that I do it, and did it before I had a die cutting machine. And well, and actually what actually happened is I used to have a die cutting machine, and I got rid of it because I didn't use die cuts, because I stopped doing card making, so, and stopped doing TV demonstration stuff, so I didn't need one. And then found myself making holes in things, making apertures in things, and needed one, so bought another one. But in the meantime, I just made holes in card like this, so it's not always perfect. That is not perfect, Dave, so, but it's perfectly fine. It's not perfect, but it's perfectly fine. Adequate. So there we go. So that's got our rounded thing. What I thought I might put in it is some of my homemade vellum. Well, not vellum. What is it? Vellum. Is that the word? I don't know. I don't even know. So this is, you know, the vellum. It is vellum that I've made. Glassine, not vellum, Dave. So not vellum. Don't listen to Dave. Dave doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't be like Dave. You should know what you're talking about. I've got loads of this anyway, so, and I will try to remember to link in the description how this is made, but I'm not making you any guarantees. Oh my gosh, I am so running a temperature. I am literally dripping. So, how am I going to stick this down? I don't know whether I'm happy with that particular piece. Let me just see what other pieces I've got here. On a piece that I've made rather than a piece of vellum. So, oh, what about that? So this is this. This is just tissue paper. Maybe that. Oh, it's nice. It's got a bit of a hole. But do I mend the hole? Do I mend the hole? Is the hole not going to be in the way? If I could get the hole out of the way, couldn't I? Don't know why I'm speaking like this. Do you know what? I think I might use that. What else have I got here? I've got more of that. Oh, except for it's all stuck together because I've left it in the window. And it's been sunny, so that one's not quite as translucent. That one's nice and translucent. So, do I want that, or do I want the one with the lines in it? No, I definitely want the one with the flowers on. So, oh, hang on, I've got more here. Got that? No, not that one. Got people who need people. No, not the people one. Oh, there's an old invoice there. There's one of the ones I've made with the roughed up edge. Oh, there's this one. No, I definitely prefer this one. If I'm going to use a patterned one, I think I'm going to use this one. Do I want to have it with a piece of, with a hole in it for that kind of more rustic appeal, or do I want it to go like that? No, I think I'm going to go with that bit there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on there, in that space, and then I'm going to, no, I'm not going to do that because that's not going to work. Do with something with a felt tip. Oh, of course I'm not going to have one of them here, am I? No, I don't have a felt tip. Let's try just a biro. Yeah, so if I do there, and I do there, and I do there, and go up to that edge, and that should give me enough of a border to stick it down. So put that on there. Just going to cut it rather than draw on it. Do have a bit of a hole there, but that's fine. Is that where the line is? It is. That bit. And then this bit here, so put that, make that straight. Ish, straight-ish. Cut that bit off. Right, so this is what's going to go in my window. In here, it's going to be like that, that way up. And I am going to cough. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cough. I think I want to stick it down. I think I want some sellotape round it. I mean, I'm going to glue it down, obviously, first. But I left the lid off this. And, oh no, it's all right. You know what I should have done before I did that? I should have inked it. Is it too late to ink it? Is it ever too late to ink it? I only want a very light inking around this anyway. That's a good job really, isn't it though? Because you have to have a memory to be able to ink things, Dave. Oh, look, the Kalal's dried now. It's so warm here. Maybe I'm not having a temperature. Maybe it's the heat. Although it's not that hot outside. I'll put that the right way up. Put that like that. Up to there. To there. Stick it down. Pull it taut so that you don't get any wrinkles in it. Well, don't get many wrinkles in it. There we go. That's what we've got. So I know I've got a bit of glue on the outside, but the good thing about Kalal is it just give it a rub and it'll rub off. Cool. Okay, so I think I'm going to stick that down with some sellotape as for a look rather than just sellotape, like make it look like it's supposed to be there. So I'll use some of my old look sellotape. I'm going to get this piece of this back. I'm going to cover this with Kalal. Just don't want to get it on the front face of it because it'll take the alcohol ink off it. Tap away anything I don't need. I'm going to go like that. Same on that bit there, yep. anything excess. Take away all the strings. Stick that down like that. Get some more. Don't mind it looking different either. Looks like it's been repaired over time that way. Smoosh off anything I don't need. Stick that on there. The things it leaves like trails, that's the only thing. And maybe then have this piece so that it comes round. So maybe use this piece. Cut it to about there. Oh, you know I'm not going to be happy with that shape. It's way too perfect. There we go. Oh, that's going to be stuck to my finger forever now. Put this on here. Take anything off I don't need. And then stick that on there. Like that, and then flip that over onto this side. Cool. Yes, I love that. Excellent. So, I haven't even made the inside yet, so let's get the inside done while that's drying. That bit's the back, so that can be over there. That needs to sit over there. Get rid of some of these things because it's going to drive me insane. Right, let's get physical. Let's take the end off there. I don't care how long these are. I think we've got plenty of... Yeah, we have. So we're going to go for 4 wide. I think we've got 4.5 inside the width of the whole thing. So we go 4 wide. I got rid of that, didn't I? I need it now. That's 1. It's weird, I can't see the numbers, so I can't count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the 3, I need to be tearing. And 7 to 3. See, again, can't see the numbers, can't tear. So I'll be back in a minute when I've done this. Okay, so I have cut these down. I've just had a coughing fit, now I'm having another one. So these are going to be my pages. I don't know whether this is going to be too thick, but we'll see. And they're going to go in like that, in like Flynn. And what I thought was I might staple them up here. Ooh, I could do the old punchy thing, couldn't I? The punchy thing. I can't think what I'm talking about. Perforated. If I can find me perforator, I might do that. I'll be back. So yes, I was able to find my perforator. So it's my instrument of torture. You've seen me use this before. I nearly lose all my fingers. I'm just going to put it on like that, and then I'm going to perforate just across this top edge. And all I'm doing is using the thickness of the ruler to save any issues, and I'm going to perforate with this. Now this is supposed to be for, I think it's supposed to be for when you're doing sewing tasks, but I've always only ever used it for making holes in paper with. So that's those, and then you just have to kind of go through and see how far you've gone in. And if you get down to a point where you don't see it anymore, that's the bit you need to do. Yeah, it's really fading now. Pop that back on there. Put that on there. I know some of you have seen me use this and fear for my life, because it is actually just lots of needles all pointing out. You just have to make sure that you do not get your fingers, because these are very, very sharp, and this is the reason why I have to hide it from me, because literally it's hanging up on the wall and I've gone to get it, and as I went to get it, it fell and I went to grab it. If I'd grabbed it, we'd have been in a very serious situation where I wouldn't have been able to do the rest of the video. And as it is, I've just realised I didn't put my microphone on, but hopefully I was still able to talk. You were still able to hear me. So I'm going to put this on. Right, I don't know whether I want the green on the back. This is going to be my front bit, like that way around, or like that. This has gone on far too long just working this out. No, I want the green. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to staple this to here. I'm going to put it right up to that top edge. Well, not right, but very close to that top edge. And then I'm going to staple it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of my rusty staples, which I rusted. I think you saw me rusting them a few weeks ago. So put that in there. And you know when you've just lined something up and then like pick it up and it moves. It's all doing that now. So we're just going to be a pain, are we? Yes, okay, we will. I'm just going to be a pain in the derriere. Right, on the back side. Cool. Put that on there, about there, and then I'm just going to staple that in. There we go, and that's my rusty staples. They don't always go through because they're rusty. You know, a staple requires, more friction it has, which staples get when they're rusty, a lot of friction, the less likely they are to go through the paper. But they look marvellous. So they're worthwhile. Right, that one didn't go through. That one just kind of buckled on itself. So let's take that one out and do that again. Did it go through this time? It did indeed. And then all I do is just flatten those down at the back so they don't stick into anybody. Cool, there we go, brilliant. So now then I'm just going to stick that to there, that way then those pointy bits, if they are sticking out, won't be felt, and we will then have almost finished. Like that. And drag back. Where's the little line that I want? It's just there. Squish it down. Stick it down. Oh, it looks like dead professional on the back, except for the squished out glue, but like, there we go. That's that. That's our little kind of jotter pad. I know I keep making stuff for this journal. Just when you think it's all over, it's all happening all over again. So this is another thing that's going to go in here. I'm going to have this in here, and it's going to slot in the back there like that. That's another addition to our, right, okay, one of the things I will just do is I will just give it a bit of an ink, because I'm not going to be happy unless it's been inked, am I? So let's go for this for a change. This is the, whatever this one's called, I'm afraid. It's burlap. going to just do these ends bits first, and then I'll do the other bit in a minute. Get the corners a bit more. Just give it a bit of a grungy look on the back. There we go. Cool. So, and then what I was thinking is I might just fan those a little bit and just catch the edges of that like that, and fan it the other way. Not too much fanning because I don't want it to not lie flat again. If it's not going to fan, assist it in the fanning, please. Thank you. Around the edges, gives it that older look rather than trying to do each individual page. They just do it all together. There we go, that's it. So we have this nice little grungy little thing that will just sit in there nicely in that pocket. And we've done another thing for the folio, so it is getting to the point now where I cannot put more things in it, but my new style of closure should enable that. So we're not going to put anything else really bulky in there. Next thing to do is to decorate these panels. I think I am going, what did I do with that pocket? I did move it out of the way to where I moved it. I do not know. Right, I will find it. Oh, it's here. I think, or maybe we want it on there. No, we didn't want to cover that up, did we? So we'll have it on the back of there, I think. Yeah, we're going to put it on there. Let's do that now. And then we can finish on that note. On that note, he says, showing you the notes. We're not going to have it as a pocket, we're just going to glue the whole thing down. I think we've got enough pocket and tucky things going on at the moment. Just going to stick that, I'm going to stick it to the back of here. There we go. Oh, it goes lovely with that sellotape and the colour of that background. Cool. So there we go. So that's it. So that's that one. And you'll have to come back for the next time to see what happens next. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, give this a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Don't forget to comment if you wish. But most of all, please make sure you're subscribed because it really helps me. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye. Bye.